Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here, with a severe weather update. We have a slight risk for severe weather today that encompasses parts of eastern Montana, western North Dakota, and north central Wyoming. And we have a marginal today that encompasses parts of central and extreme southeastern Montana, north central and northeastern Wyoming, far northwestern Nebraska, western South Dakota, and western North Dakota. We have a severe risk down here as well, and this down here is due to Tropical Depression Francine. Francine, by the way, made landfall on the Louisiana coastline last night as a Category 2 hurricane with 100-mile-per-hour winds. But Francine is now a tropical depression because it's now inland. But we still have a risk for severe weather today. So we have a slight risk today that encompasses parts of central and southeastern Alabama, southwestern Georgia, and most of the Florida Panhandle. We have a margin risk that surrounds it, encompassing south central Tennessee, northeastern Mississippi, most of Alabama, western Georgia, and the western and eastern parts of the Florida Panhandle. Going to the tornado threat now. We have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado today that encompasses parts of eastern Montana, west central North Dakota, and extreme north central Wyoming. Again, 2% chance of an isolated tornado today going across eastern Montana, west central North Dakota, and extreme north central Wyoming. Going down here for today, we have a 5% chance of an isolated tornado today that encompasses parts of central and southeastern Alabama, southwestern Georgia, and most of the Florida Panhandle. And there's a 2% chance of an isolated tornado that surrounds that encompasses parts of south central Tennessee, northeastern Mississippi, most of Alabama, western Georgia, and the eastern and western parts of the Florida Panhandle. And this, again, is associated with Francine. Going to the wind threat now, we have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that encompasses parts of eastern Montana, western North Dakota, and north central Wyoming. We have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today, encompassing parts of central and extreme southeastern Montana, north central and northeastern Wyoming, far northwestern Nebraska, western South Dakota, and western North Dakota. Going to the hail threat now. Same areas pretty much. 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today. That encompasses parts of eastern Montana, western North Dakota, and north central Wyoming. 5% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today, going across central and extreme southeastern Montana, north central and northeastern Wyoming, extreme northwestern Nebraska, western South Dakota, and western North Dakota. So going to the summary for today, a few tornadoes are possible today, mainly in the morning and afternoon from the Florida Panhandle to north central Alabama. Scattered large hail and severe gusts are expected across the eastern Montana vicinity during the afternoon to early evening. So that's today's outlook. Going to the day 2 outlook now, we have a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow that encompasses parts of central Tennessee, most of Alabama, western and southwestern Georgia, and parts of the Florida Panhandle. Going to the tornado threat for tomorrow, we have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado tomorrow that encompasses parts of central Tennessee, much of Alabama, and west central Georgia. Going to the wind threat for tomorrow, we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow that encompasses the eastern half of Alabama, west central and southwestern Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle. And there is no hail threat for tomorrow, so the main threat within the margin risk tomorrow is the isolated tornado and large hail. The isolated tornado and the wind gusts for tomorrow. So going to the summary for tomorrow, a couple brief tornadoes and locally damaging winds are possible across a part of the southeast on Friday morning into the afternoon, and that's tomorrow. So, Stay safe in the affected areas both today and tomorrow, and I'll have another update tomorrow. Take care.